Let's go. So more on the I am here. I am trying to improve my speaking English, so I don't have anyone to talk with me. I only have my teacher at school, but the class was yesterday and the remainder of the week I don't have anyone to talk. And this way was the way that I found to practice my speaking. Having I am talking alone, I can after read the subtitles for understand that I made a mistake or if I pronunciated some correct words. So I don't know. I only need to talk a little bit. I only need to express myself. And today I will talk about, I don't know, maybe my career, because it's a thing that I always says to recruiter, a technical recruiter. So I can explain about my career for you, okay? So my name is Joseph. I am 29 years old. I am living in a countryside, São Paulo. It's a city called Garça. It's near Bauru. I don't know if you know Bauru, but it's a reference point. So I started in technology in 2012. So I did FATEC. I was formed and I am graduate in analysis and develop in the system development. So I started working in a company called Data Place. It's a little company in my city. This company is responsible to for creating ERP. Is a system called Symphony. So in this company, I was in support. I had a contact with SQL Server database. So the language there was VB script, but I didn't have opportunity to write some code using the VB script. After this company, I remember that I went there. I stayed there more or less 3 months because this period is about the testing. Is a testing for continue or discontinue with the candidate. So I remember that I was approved, but I received the invite to work in another company, the same city. In this company was called Full Time. So Full Time is a big company today. So but at my time was not a big company, more medium company. I remember that my developing group had more or less 12 collaborators, and this specific job was the main job in my life because I learned how to develop. I knew a lot of people. I could communicate. I could express. I could create my personality in this company. So I had a good leader, and this leader is my friend today, Edmilson. So I always stayed from side him because he was my teacher, my mentor, and my leader. So he was my friend. He is my friend already. So every day my routine was okay, so you need to fix this bug. Okay. The software was at full track. So about the full time is a company that this company is responsible for to make or build SaaS services. So these SaaS services has for example tracking, monitoring, or we today there are a lot of softwares for army, full center, etc. But in my time, full track was the main system that time, and my function was fix some bugs, implement new feature, and helping new collaborators because my city is a small city, and all the students that was um, graduated come here, vinham come here to this company. I don't know if it's correct, but I need to talk. Come in this company, and my function was learning them how to use the system, how to develop it, patterns, and so on. So I stayed in this company more or less, I don't know, I don't remember, 4 years, I think. So one problem that company in that time, I understand because we had a lot of features, we had a lot of changes to do, and we didn't have time to think about unit tests, agile methodologies, and I don't know, new frameworks, updates, importance updates. So it was a problem for me because I was needing to learn new things. I remember that I was wanting to learn about Laravel, unit tests, and microservices, architecture themes. So it's a great decision in my life because I wanted to change the company because I was stopped in the time. My friends are updating, and I was staying in the past. So I decided to migrate to another company. It is a neighbor city called Marília, and this city has a company called Trey, and this company is responsible for to make e-commerce service. Sorry, is an e-commerce service, and when I entered when went in this company, I entered in a new group for to developing a system using Elasticsearch because this company Trey was using MySQL for store all the datas, but MySQL didn't have intelligence for search or for find specific fields. For instance, if you search Nike using Q, you didn't find anything. But if you are using Elasticsearch, you can find something because this stuff or this technology has intelligence for to know how the word what the word is similar to another word. So I was responsible together with my team, obvious, um, to construct a new microservice for Randly with new products. So we did a lot of things. We created mapping. We indexed all the products in new stores. So it was a good project in my life because I learned a lot, and I had a great leader, and this leader is called uh, Claudio, Claudio João Jr. Yes, he's go abroad. I think that he's not in Brazil right now, but it was a good moment. But in that time, I had my personal projects. I had a lot of personal projects, so I remember that I got an investment in this project, and I didn't have time to develop in my personal project. So I decided that was to make sense to focus on my project using my physical mind, and my free time I was spending with my personal project. So I think that I confused the last sentence, so I will repeat. I was working from Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday. So this is very busy. Is very. I was very tired, so I was needing time for developing my personal project. So I decided in that time that I was needing to get a new job that I could to use my physical strength and my mind I will use in my personal projects. So I go out this company Trey, and I went to policy. Yes, policy. I did a test and I was approved. And yes, I go to be on policy. And my free time, I will develop in my personal projects. So I had in the policy more or less 3 years. And then my last year, I went to the developing area, developing place, but in the policy was a public environment. So I don't know if you know about public environments. In the public environments does not exist organization, and my leader, for instance, didn't know anything about the system. So I couldn't to talk about the system. I couldn't to talk about, okay, we don't need to we don't need to do this because it is wrong, because that so on. But I was completely ignorant because I was only a soldier, and soldier does not have power in the voice, power's voice. And it is very frustrating because I had knowledge, I had hands to develop it, but my leadership does not have and patience, does not have it considering about the system. So I remember that was start the pandemic and COVID-19, and our salaries or about developers was increased a lot of so much because I a lot of companies really understand the mainly paper about developers and valorized all the developer sellers. So I was receiving more or less for you have idea. I was receiving more or less 3,000 reais in Brazil. I was living uh, near is perto far. I was living far from my child. So it is very sad. So there were a lot of months that I couldn't to return from my city to talk with my daughter, to stay with my family because my leader only said, "Oh, Victor, you won't go to your house because you need to stay in São Paulo because I want you." And the policy has hierarchy and discipline, so I need to accomplish that order because I was a soldier, and if I don't respect that order, I could to couch out, preso. Yes, that is it. So I decided that time that it makes sense I return to my city because I was developing in the policy, and if I was developing the policy, I could develop in my house. And the only difference, the just difference was about my salary because I was receiving 3,000 reais, and I could receive three times that value. Sorry, I'm not good. I am sick. So I did some interviews. I remember that there was a problem in some companies, but I decided to choose PicPay. In the PicPay, I was able to enter as being a backend developer, and I entered in a team called Checkout. This Checkout is a team responsible for that screen that you choose the people that you do the payment. You can choose your payment method, and you can set your value. So I remember that this team was a good team because when you are military, you have a lot of weakness about communication because in the policy, the communication is totally different than um, private companies communication. So the policy, we don't need to talk with Kindles. You only need to talk, okay, man, to do it right now and only it. But the company, the private company, does not working like it. You need to have Kindles. You need to ask with patient. You need to know and need to choose what words will use in that communication, because each person thinks one way different another person, each other. So it is totally different. So I was a man in 2020, and today I am another man. My thoughts is totally different. So PicPay was was no, it's a very good company, has a lot of, there are a lot of employers, and these employers are good employers, very intelligent. So I had a lot of opportunities to increase myself. For instance, I could participate on interviews. I could to communicate with another teams. I had a greater the greatest leaders that I had in my life, Mike. So my team was a good, excellent group. So I don't have any complaint about PicPay. So really, I really like this company. But that time I remember was more or less 2021 maybe. I was handling with Python because I haven't. Do you remember that time that I said that I have personal projects? Yes, I have a Nanicas. Nanicas is a social network, and this social network I was using Python for handling artificial intelligence, and I thought that my that time made sense. I turned my background because I was using PHP every day in my work, and I was needing to use Python. I was needing, no, I would like to use Python for to deep in that language, and I thought, okay, maybe makes sense. I changed PHP to Python everyday integral form. So I went out, I go out PicPay, choose Delivery because Delivery was using Python, but was the worst choice that I did in my life, because I don't want to enter in details in this video. It is not comfortable, but go out PicPay to enter in Instant Delivery was the worst choice that I did in my life. The only thing that I would like that you know, that is it. But I go out 4 months after from the delivery because I was not comfortable there. And today I am in Mercado Libre. Is an Argentina's company. So it is a good company. This company is called Mercado Libre, and I have a lot of opportunities to increase myself again, like PicPay, because current our group is from a lot of different countries. For instance, my team manager is from Argentina. I have a friend that he is living, I don't know, Colombia, and I have another friend that is living in Chile, Uruguay, I don't know. But we have a different countries, so we have a different accents, we have a different cultures, we have a different conversations. I think we have more or less Eric, Edgar, Bruna, Afonso, Isaac. We have 5 Brazilian person in my group, but the communication nem sempre not ever is Portuguese, because all the group is from out. So the mainly language there is Spanish, and the second language there maybe is English. And so she, I mean, we are talking Spanish and do nada. How do I say do nada in English? I don't know, but there are things rapidly, the conversation changes to English, and you need to change your mind to understand English, and rapidly the conversation changes to Portuguese, and you need to focus in Portuguese. So it is a very good because you can learn two languages at the same time with different persons. So yes, I really like to work in Mercado Libre. So if I could resume, if I could summary to you, this is my career. I started in 2012, data placed, full time, trade, policy situation, PicPay, Z Delivery, Mercado Livre, and I think that I didn't forget any company because if you enter in my LinkedIn, you will go to see Nênicas, Livilia, and Dandora. But Livilia is a store in my city, is a physical store. I don't like to comment about this store because we are talking about technology and store não tem nada a ver. How do I say não tem nada a ver em inglês? Não tem nada a ver. Does not have make. No, I don't know. But this não tem nada a ver with technology. And Livilia, Nênicas is about my personal projects, I told to you. And Dandora is a mentor group. So I have a group, and this group has a lot of juniors developers or people that would like to know something about technology. And sometimes I shared some content there. I like to explain some feature. I like to talk with you about languages, program languages. I like to talk about the challenges. So it is a good group to understand the principles about technology, principles about algorithms, principles about program language, mainly PHP, JS, or Python, because these languages are the languages that I really know, I think. And I think that is it, okay? If you don't understand something, you can text me, you can call me, okay, Victor, you said something like that, but I didn't understand. Can you explain for me? Okay, Victor, your English is very bad because you don't have you don't have a good pronunciation, you don't have vocabulary, you don't have anything else. So yes, man, I am here. I am doing this video for practicing my English because I need to talk with you. If I don't have anyone to talk, I will talk with my webcam. And this was the way that I found to practice my speaking. So that is it. So you know where I am. If you want to talk with me, if you think that my English is good to work with an European or American company, I am here. I am interested in getting a new opportunity, not integral because I am from Mercado Libre right now, but I can do in my free time some projects, or I can help you with your bugs and specific features in your project, mainly if it is English, because I need to practice my English. That is it. So I am happy with my job, I am happy with my family, I am happy with myself because I am trying to improve my English, and I noticed that I am not thinking a lot of about the next word, and I'm not about the next sentence. It is occurring naturally. Sometimes really I stopped to talk because I need to translate the next word because I don't know the translation. But when I know the next word, when I know the translation, I can say to you without stopping the thinking. So that is it. And if you are asking to yourself, okay, Victor, where did you learn English, or where are you learning English? I am studying at KNN, and it's a good school. in my city is a physical school. So every Friday eu vou I am going to there. Eu vou lá. So I have my teacher is Isabelle Cristina, is a good teacher. I really like it. Is a cutie. So, but I am not studying only in KNN because I have some books. I have on paper. Let's just see. Yes. So I try to listen some music or watching some movies. I am trying to read a specific book in my table. Uh, that is it. Bible. Yes. And I read on page, and if I don't understand some words, I write down in my paper, and I translate after I read again using that translation that I really know right now. And that is the way that I am trying to improve my English. If it is working, if you know that I am improving, please give me a feedback because I don't talk with anyone and I need to know how is it about my English. Okay? So that is it. Was a pleasure to talk with you. Nice to meet you. And I see you in the next movie. Bye bye.